Marky Worthington Podcast all day.
All day.
Dream by night.
Don't buy me a drink. Just give me $10.
All day.
Go down to the strip club with your floppy disk and turn it into a hard drive.
Yeah, right. You'll get fucking thrown out by Big Tony.
We're here to name names and make people feel more ashamed for shit that they're not proud of.
Don't blow it. Keep it simple. Count your money.
Oh, whatever it is.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is episode 46 with my buddy Ross Yeoman. Ross has been on the show before, a few times actually. First time I had him was when he was a greenhorn on the show. And then we had, again, another couple, I think we did like a lockdown episode with the beginning of COVID, a phone interview. And then we moved into, I think we did an in-person one followed by one with Kai as well. So it was like a joint guest episode. This one here is another shed episode. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see the setup. And obviously, if you're just listening to the audio, you should check out the YouTube video because get to see the layout and a bit more behind the scenes. But before we get into it, we've got some upcoming dates. So on the 17th of August, which is a Tuesday, there's the Basement Open Mic. Doors at 7 and event kicks off 7:30. But if you want to get in early, you still can. In fact, they encourage it if you want to get food or hang out, play some pool or whatever before the gig. They recommend coming in early. So that one is at the Basement in Belconnen on the 17th of August. The next one I've got on my radar is the Boardwalk Open Mic in Belconnen. That's on Thursday the 26th, starting at 7:30. Hosted by my buddy Kai Fay. I think we're doing erotic fan fiction this month. I've already got a hot set ready for that one. So you can check that one out. It's on the Boardwalk Belconnen's Facebook page under the events section. Now, they run Smith's Alternative Open Mic on the first Sunday of every month as the solid position. They sometimes change that as well, so make sure you check out Smith's Alternative and the other various comedy Facebook pages to ensure that you don't miss out on that one. But it's notoriously on the first Sunday of every month, so check that one out. And another gig that I've got on the horizons coming up, I'm going to do episodes before this, so I'll talk more about it down the track and obviously share some of the events on my social media. But I've got a charity gig that I'm emceeing on the 10th of September at the Basement in Belconnen, and it's called Out of the Shadows. It's a charity gig that's been run there with a bunch of bands and a couple of cool guests as well, so make sure you check that one out. I'm going to be sharing that one on my social media, so you can find that all either on the Basement's Facebook page under the events section or on my social media, which is Marky Worthington Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and also on Marky Comedy on Twitter. So thanks for listening so far. Hope you enjoy the rest of the episode, and make sure you like, subscribe, share, and rate to help things move along. Cheers.
I love that it's the Marky Worthington Podcast with Marky Worthington.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the talking part of the podcast. You already heard the intro, so I would have said a whole bunch of dates and episode numbers and all that sort of formal shit. Now for the cool informal part where I'm just chatting with my buddy Ross Yeoman. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, man. It's good to be back on the pod. It's been a while.
It has. Yeah, it's I think the last one we did was a episode with yourself and Kai as well. It was having two guests on the show was cool. We went through like some stories, I think, that sort of shit. But a fair bit's changed since then, man. What's been going on in your world?
I don't know. I guess the main thing is that on this podcast, I'm not a bottle of vodka deep, the way I was with you and Kai. I don't know if that's still on YouTube or it's been demonetized or whatever, but
hasn't even been demonetized. Like, if I had enough followers and fans, I'd actually be able to earn money off that. Like, if Rogan uploaded it, it would be worth something.
Yeah, good point, actually, yeah. You need to get a Jamie as well. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I've kind of got it. I've got a behind the scenes Jamie. Yeah. So my sound guy that you've met, Dave, that does the sound of the basement when he's available, is kind of like low key, like my like media guy.
Yeah.
So he's helped me out a lot with all of the, like, I do Twitch streaming and shit, and he's helped me a lot in setting all that up and like live videos and that sort of shit. But yeah, so we went and seen Isaac Butterfield like a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we're laughing because I'm like a budget Isaac Butterfield, because I'm just like a white guy with a beard that's shorter than him.
Yeah.
So I'm like a sawn off version of him. And then he's fucking Isaac Butterfield's like touring sound guy came out, and he would look like my buddy looked like a budget version of him. And I'm like, fuck, if there wasn't a line like so long to get photos and shit at the end of this thing, I would have been like, I want a photo not just with you, but can you get your fucking sound guy out to stand next to my fucking sound guy so we can look like the fucking Wish version of each other.
That's good.
But it was actually good because Ryan Gallagher, who does a few mics around Canberra, lives in Goulburn, is actually one of the like touring openers for Isaac Butterfield, like their mates.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So he was doing like little videos at the end of the show on a GoPro, just doing like random like chats with audience members after the show.
Yeah.
Because obviously Isaac Butterfield's got like a massive YouTube following, and that's like content for his YouTube. So he put up, actually got into one of the videos after the Canberra tour, which was filmed by Ryan Gallagher, like just a quick little GoPro interview that he did with me, like in the thing. So yeah, shout out to fucking Ryan for like actually being the sort of cool cunt that like will get a good spot on something and then share that with people that like he think might help out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not that like my comedy career is going to blow up because I was in a fucking like Isaac Butterfield video like as an audience member and not as a comedian.
Yeah.
But it's just cool that like he was like, yeah, sure, man, like fucking do you want to be in this video and shit? Like like most people, if they score an opener spot, don't have the fucking foresight to go like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna try and like get a few of my mates in this as well and like help everybody out. Like, you know, it's just cool. Like when people share stuff, like even if I'm gonna be at an open mic and it's a room that I'm not running, I'll fucking be like, hey, I'm gonna be at this open mic at this time, you know, come check it out. It's not my room, but like it helps me in the long run.
Yeah. I was listening. I've been listening back to your episodes and stuff. I really like the one. I'm loving the new digs, by the way. You got the Joe Rogan vibe on the couch with a cigar and all that. It's killer. I'm gonna blank on the guy's name. He's real funny bloke. Who was saying that he opened for Stanhope.
Yeah, Phil Carruthers.
Yeah, Phil. Fuck, that's next level, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, so the thing about that gig is, I think out of the whole of everyone that was there, Phil was the only person that actually met him, and it's because he opened. Like, Stanhope didn't come out after the gig. The way he runs it is, from what I understand, because I listened to his podcast and I listened to the episodes that he released while he was in Australia.
Yeah.
What he'll usually do is he'll set up like a base in Melbourne and just fly out to each one of his shows and come back that same night.
Yeah, okay.
So he'll bring his crew with him and they'll all stay in Melbourne, and he'll just bring out who he needs for each show and the rest will stay there.
Yeah, okay. I did start listening. What's his podcast called? Is it just the Doug Stanhope podcast? Yeah. I started listening to it, but it's just, because I'm not drinking at the moment, it's just a struggle. Because I just want to drink and have fun the way he does.
It is a party podcast. Like, the best thing, and I think the reason that it's a little bit more niche from most comedians in his level is it's not fucking crazy like it's not a studio style. They do have a podcasting room, like a studio there.
Yeah.
But it's got a bar in it. It's got background noise. It's got fucking ice cubes getting poured into glasses and all that sort of shit. Like it's got a party vibe to it. It's literally like you've just walked in. You ever walked in? Okay, so as a bartender, I just opened that like I was about to say like a fucking single mum. But as a bartender, I thought you were going to do the like, so a Jew, a Catholic, and a fucking bar. So that I already just wrote an ending to that joke. Like that's how much I can't fucking.
You're always on, dude. After the last boardwalk I was at, I think it was the joke bucket where you did really well. I ate shit for a solid 6 minutes. It was just
joke bucket's a hard concept though, because it is very spur of the moment. Like
I actually brought mates because I wanted to give the room a bit of love and stuff, and like that. Yeah, they definitely had fun, but they just thought it was hilarious because you incorporated like the story because yours was hair and you were talking about your beard and
surgery and hair.
Yeah.
And so I had to come up with 2 jokes that included both of those. I've got the video. I record a lot of my sets. And I don't release hardly any of them.
Yeah.
I release hardly any of them.
Yeah.
People knew what I meant. And if you're up to fucking episode 46, you know I don't sentence structure good.
He can't read good.
So I record a lot of them just in case something comes out of it, which might be a good bit of crowd work or something, which I can then say like, hey, thanks for coming out for the show. I actually recorded that. Do you mind if I put it up? And I've had a couple of those, and I've had a few people that are like, yeah, sure, whatever, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And the main point is I usually record from like the back of the room or from right in front of the stage, so you don't see faces, you just hear their interaction, and I will caption those. I'm working on like a series of videos which I'm calling the Crowd Work Chronicles, and I'm building up some in the background. So once I kind of get to like a solid like maybe 5 good like bits of crowd work, I'll put that out as like a little YouTube video. So I'm always like focusing on content, and so I'm always just like focusing on content or focusing on jokes. Someone can't tell me like a fucking personal situation that they're like, built up the courage to finally tell someone about it or whatever without me just being like, oh, there's a bit in there.
Yeah,
like that.
Just immediately pile on.
I've had someone just I've had other comedians just chat to me about something that wasn't meant to be funny, and I'll be like, that's a good bit, man.
Yeah. Well, you came and spoke to me and my mates after the joke bucket, and I think you had the self-awareness because you said after, just when you were leaving, you were like, sorry guys, I feel like I just did another 5 minutes. And I think one of my mates was like, yeah, your stage time was better or something.
Yeah.
But you were just completely...
That's the audience I want though. Someone that's willing to just fucking like break my balls about something. So basically the punch that I thought to that joke is like a Jew, a Christian, and a white guy walk into the bar, and it was just me. It wasn't 3 fucking people. So last night I was hanging out with some friends of mine, and one of them was new to the group, and he was a bloke from the States, and he was saying that he's like, man, he's been here for like years, but he said when he first came here, the hardest thing that he had to get used to was like how much we've ball bust each other, like, and especially people that we like. It's just like, I'm like, yeah, dude, it's a term of endearment here in Australia. Like, like I know that like later in the conversation, I did, you wouldn't know, but just for the listeners, a callback to the, later in the conversation, I said something because he was like fairly like he was fairly well educated,
Yeah.
and someone just, you know, those random questions you have in life, like why don't all animals have paws and some have instead of them all just having paws, why do some have like hooves and shit?
Yeah.
And he gives this like full explanation about like the
full evolution of it.
yeah, like pressure, how they can apply pressure differently, and the structure of their like bones and all. And I'm just like
the history of agricultural farming and why we want this or that. Yeah.
and like, you know, fucking selective breeding and all this shit. And I'm just like, I'm like, what did I say? Trust you to know everything about something that you're not qualified about. and he was just like, he like paused for a second. I'm just like, wait. I just broke your balls, dude. That's a term of endearment here.
Yeah, but even the phrase "breaking balls," I associate that with like America, or more specifically like The Sopranos or like Goodfellas.
Yeah, Italian American.
Yeah, like just busting each other's balls sort of thing until someone gets hit with a pool cue.
Yeah, it's like there's always that one dude which will take it too far. Like, because it's normally the dude that doesn't know how to do it. He'll have a crack at it and he'll won't know the right answer.
I've got a couple of mates. I feel really blessed in this regard. I've got a couple of friends I can't even think of without laughing. Like, they're just... And one mate in particular, Gordo, there is just nothing that's off limits between us. Like, I remember, like I've talked about, you know, having self-harming scars on stage and stuff, so I don't mind mentioning it, but we were over in Tokyo for his wedding. Yeah. And it was like middle of summer there. And it was me, him, and one other bloke, and the other guy. It was like winter in Australia. I don't know what the seasons are, but the guy said something like, "Oh, we're going to be the most tan blokes in Australia when we get back." And he immediately jumped on it and went, "Yeah, not Roscoe. Scars don't tan." Like, just no hesitation to go there. Like, the other one, I was telling a mate about this the other day. Like, this is the level of...
Mind you, that sounds a bit spectrum-y. It's like it's an informed opinion that has no fucking regard for the human emotion.
Yeah, exactly. But the other mate was kind of like, you know, jaw on the floor, like, are you allowed to say that kind of thing? But I was wetting myself laughing.
Dude, the best response is when someone has that jaw on the floor moment, and then they look at you and look at the person. They're not looking to see if you're okay. They're looking to see if it's okay if I laugh.
Exactly, yeah. They don't give a shit if you're upset or not. They want to know if they can actually wet themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like in that, have you seen the video of when Jim Jeffries gets punched on stage?
Yeah.
And there's that bit where the dude grabs the guy that hit him, and he's got it cocked back, and security's already about to drag him off, and he looks at him, and you see the security guard just goes, "All right, then." He fucking that's literally the punchline of the joke. It's like, should I laugh at that or?
That's fantastic. I mean, I was telling someone about this the other day. We were at this guy's grandfather's funeral. And it was a really, like, it was one of the sort of more light-hearted funerals. Like, they played the Monty Python Look on the Bright Side of Life, and, you know, that kind of thing. And obviously it got grim, you know, at certain points. And
as most ups, they usually have a down.
Yeah, and when it's a funeral, you know, there's going to be a tear or two. But it was out at the crematorium in Mitchell.
Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah. And so... You know how invariably after a funeral, people will gather a little bit before they, like, it's not like everyone just sort of like waves at the casket and then gets in the car and to the wake so they can get on it. Like,
sometimes they don't even counter for that though.
Well, so they didn't. I couldn't believe it. So we're all standing out there, and we knew his granddad a little bit, nice guy, but we were there predominantly in support, you know.
Yeah.
I'm standing between him and the crematorium where all the cars are and stuff while we're just milling about and, you know, that sort of thing, going to make our way to the wake. And I look behind him and I shit you not, there is smoke billowing out of the gym near the crematorium. Like, we'd been out of the thing for like 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm looking at him, but you know when there's a corner of the room you can't look at?
Yeah.
You have to look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Thing. So
yeah.
I'm trying to maintain eye contact with him and not look at the smoke behind him. And I keep invariably doing it and having these shifty eyes. And he's like, what? And I'm like, nothing, don't turn around. Yeah, there's nothing to turn around for, you know, blah, blah, blah. And eventually he sort of cottons on that something's going on. He turns around, sees the smoke billowing out of the thing, and he goes, Grandad! And starts grasping at the air. Like, it was, I fucking wet myself. Like, it was so inappropriate.
Fuck.
And so he and I are just like keeled over laughing at this. And of course, everyone else at the funeral just thinks we're psychopaths.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then we had to explain it and everything else. But yeah, there's just nothing is off limits with that dude.
I've heard of things like that, like not just that, but like people that like they sometimes will have like an emotional kind of like break where they can only show their like fucking emotion by laughing instead of crying, even if they're sad. I've heard multiple stories of people at funerals just hysterically laughing. Yeah. And it's just like, fuck, dude. Like,
well, I mean, depending on the funeral,
if they came to the basement, they might be the only one laughing at my set.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that I'm such a badass with my set, dude. I tell fucking jokes that are like PC and shit. Like,
I think your stuff's fairly tame. Like,
yeah.
I've said this to you before. I like it when you go a little darker. I reckon you have great dark stuff.
I feel like sometimes the best shit that I say is in the conversation after the show in the car park talking to 4 other comedians.
Yeah, we've had a few of those sessions, like after the basement and stuff. And, like, and you just don't switch off.
Or one other comedian and 2 audience members that like want to hang out.
Yeah. Especially if it's a girl you want to impress or something like that.
Dude, I had this one girl super pissed, came up. Like, look, this is my story. I feel comfortable enough talking about it on the podcast about the time that a drunk chick came up and said, "Can I get a photo with you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay. She stands next to me, and as she's leaned in to take the photo, slams her hand back to grab my dick. And is so drunk she just sack whacks me.
Oh no.
And I don't know how this photo turned out, dude. But I would have been hunched down like a dog taking its first shit in the morning, man.
That's so good. You should have asked for a copy of it.
Oh man, and this is the thing, dude. It's like, I'm just sitting there like, thanks for coming to the show. Like, that was my, like, nearly instantly. I'm like, good to see you guys. Like,
did you end up going out with her or anything?
No. Just some random drunk chick that just, like, seen a guy that was on stage 10 minutes ago was famous in her mind.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So she needed to get a photo with him because she was, like,
a millennial.
The dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck. And then I was thinking about it later. I was just like, dude, I just got fucking sackwagged. I'm working on a bit about how, like, it's like a whole bit at the moment that I'm working on about how I essentially got catcalled by a female construction worker. And I'm like, oh, what a fucking time to be alive. Like, I'm going to my office job in my fucking, like, business clothes.
Yeah.
And someone wearing high-vis holding the fucking slow sign. It's like, oi.
That's unreal. Was she a looker or?
Well, she was looking at me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean
So
by
no.
looker. Yeah. No, I said she was looking at me, not she was the type of chick that usually looks at me. But yeah, it was just a bit that I'm working on, but it's funny because I'm like, in my mind, because I'm just like, it wasn't until after the fact I was just like, holy fuck, I just got catcalled by a construction worker. Like, we've really progressed a long way.
Are you going to play up the victim angle and like how you're
Nah,
assaulted?
I'm gonna
Words of violence and all that sort of shit.
No, the angle I'm gonna play on it without burning the bit is basically like, wasn't that bad?
Yeah, I don't know what they're complaining about.
No, it's not. I don't know what the angle isn't. I don't know what they're complaining about. It's more so like, turns out if men did it without being assholes, then it would be a better experience for some people. Like, but because you know what I mean. Like, so
I'm just forcing you to burn the bit.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to slowly force feed the fucking bit to everybody. No, basically the point is, like, turns out if you're respectful and fucking, like, courteous, it's actually was just a compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then at the same time, there was this vibe of, like, there was no, like, she definitely had the upper hand. You know what I mean?
Are you sure she wasn't just like taking the piss?
No, it was. Oh, you just like turned it on its head now. turns out it was a joke.
Well, it's like
She like when I walked off, she said to her other friend, like, "This fucking look at that fucking dweeb."
He thought I was being legit.
Yeah. Oh, put a pep in his step.
Yeah. Well, I used to have a mate that would just randomly, not at anyone in particular, because I've never catcalled anyone. I don't understand what that logic is.
Dude, no one's ever gone, "Oh, really? You think I look good?" Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's ever, like, well, I can't say no one ever, but when you think of it, the success rate must be so fucking... It's the same as dick pics.
But
No one sends a dick pic and goes, like, the reciprocant. Yeah. There's no weed in this, unlike Rogan. I don't have an excuse. Don't you love that how stoners just like, man, I must be so high? It's like, no, you're just a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Like, people are just like, man, I was so high, I can't remember. Dude, you just use that as an excuse because you're actually a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
It's like people...
They're not mutually exclusive, though.
True, it's just like... it's like people that are just like, oh, I now have a reason to blame why I'm a dumb fuck, so I'm going to keep doing it so that I can continue to blame that fucking thing.
Yeah, I'd use drinking as that excuse. More of like I don't remember that. I definitely remember that. Like,
we're talking about this on the previous episode I did with Luke, my brother Lukey. He was like, some people start a conversation like, hey, do you remember on Saturday night when? And it's just like, I'm going to stop you there. Answer's already no.
Yeah.
Like, if it was Saturday night and it wasn't at my house...
Yeah.
Even at the house, like, I remember one time fucking, if you haven't heard back to that episode, people listen back, because, I was chatting to him once. I remember when 2's Extra Dry Platinums came out in an 8-pack, and they used to be about 1.8 standard drinks each.
Oh, yeah, I remember having a mate who got munted on those.
Yeah, so you could buy an 8-pack, and at the time I was like 19. Yeah. You get an 8-pack for $20, and at the time I was earning about $15 an hour. So like comparatively, that's still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And you drink your fucking 8-pack, and by the end of it, you'd be like, I would be fucked up, right? Whereas I was telling that to Lukey, and he's just like, oh, how was your weekend? Because when I first moved to Canberra, he was living like down the coast, and we were chatting. And he's like, "How's your weekend going?" I'm like, yeah, dude, like fucking knocked off work Friday night, bought myself an 8-pack, and fucking like sat around watching movies and drank the whole thing, and was fucked up.
Yeah.
And he's just like, there was two funny things he said. He was just like, first up, he was just like, dude, I drank 8 beers yesterday when I read a magazine.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, that's hilarious. And he's just like, also, I've probably woken up drunker than you've ever been in your life.
Yeah, no, that's legit. I mean, the amount, even early in my, like, heavy drinking days, like, it was back when they, like, RSLs would have those breathalyzer machines, but they'd have that big disclaimer, like, so you couldn't blow into it, have it tell you that you were legit to drive, and then use it as an excuse if you got pulled over, or whatever. But me and my brother went down to have like a Sunday sesh or something. We hadn't had anything to drink, and it was probably about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and we both tried to use it, and our reading was so high the machine was like unable to give us an accurate reading. It was like, how much did we drink last night? And you just think, like, fuck, man, how many mornings have I driven to work running a gauntlet I didn't know I was running? Like,
Yeah. That's the
bad,
best
man.
gauntlet to run. The one you know you're not in. That don't know that you're in.
Yeah, there's an awesome music podcast, No Dogs in Space, that I reckon you'd probably dig.
Yeah.
They do heaps of like old punk and that kind of thing. And I listened to their series on with Iggy Pop and not with, on Iggy Pop. But apparently, like before, you know, he was a phenomenon or whatever. He, I don't think he was on the smack yet, but I think he was just had a lot of acid. But he went to one of his gigs as a crowd member, and the crowd started getting really raucous, like, when's the band going to start? And he was like, he was joining in, like, come on, hurry up, not realising it was his band, and he was meant, like, he was supposed to be the front man
No
on
shit,
stage.
that's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Like, and someone eventually, like, nudged him on the shoulder and was like, get up there, and he was like, why? And he was like, because you're Iggy Pop, dipshit. And he was like, oh
Holy
yeah, I
fuck.
should probably go do that.
Holy shit. So, like, you look at, like, even, like, the biggest bands in the world, Metallica, and then you look at them, like, all the money in the fucking world, all the support and everything they fucking need, and then they still cancel the tour because Hetfield's got to go to rehab. Like, drugs are just the sort of thing that can just, you're not fucking safe from them, no matter how much money or anything you have.
Yeah.
We're all still fucking humans, and we all still have dependencies and reliabilities and shit like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I remember, I can't remember who the artist was, but I was reading an interview with them, and they were saying, like, they got clean, and they were saying that it was so much harder for them after a show because, you know, normally they'd go to the green room, they'd, you know, get on it, have a few lines, whatever their vice was, you know what I mean? And that could calm them down. Whereas when they avoided the green room, they'd get off stage, into a limo, into a hotel room. And so there'd be like maybe a 20-minute window between playing in front of 20,000 people, like a song that's near and dear to your heart, having 20,000 people love you and all the rest of it, and then 20 minutes later you're by yourself in a completely quiet hotel room.
Yeah.
And your adrenaline is just peaking.
You still hear the fucking, like, the howl of the guitar in your ear.
It's that sort of circumstance. I met Jimmy Barnes. Girl that I was seeing was her uncle. When he just does his own. Gigs,
solo
not,
shit.
Yeah, not with Cobb Chisel, but he just had his triple bypass, and so he was off the booze. He wasn't doing anything. But we went into the green room, and he just kind of came in, said a few highs, and then he just got the fuck out of Dodge. Like, he didn't want to be around it, sort of thing. And I was thinking, yeah, that's got to be rough. But I couldn't believe, like, I'm not a huge fan of Barnes, but triple bypass, it had only been a couple of months, and he was belting out those songs.
Yeah.
In, like, the way he, you know how he sings, like, he's screaming. Like, it was fucking impressive, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so I watched that doco on Netflix called Viva the Underdogs with Parkway Drive.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows them at Wacken, which is like one of the biggest metal festivals in the world. It's in Germany. This is in 2019. And I watched two things that came up on that. One of them was the crowd size, 75,000 fucking people. And I'm just looking at it going,
next level.
we are a long way from that ever happening again.
Yeah.
Which was one moment of realisation. The other one is I seen them just before that tour in 2018. They played at fucking UC.
Wow.
And
they must just think of that as a rehearsal gig.
well, there was, I think UC it nearly sold out or sold out, about 3,000 people there.
Really?
Yeah.
The UC?
Yeah. And
Yeah, I mean, I used to see all the
the
American
Refractory
punk
there is
bands
pretty
and stuff
solid.
come
Yeah,
through
I've
there.
seen Lamb of God play there. Like some big names have played there.
Yeah, I saw Pennywise there. We managed to get up on stage for the Brohim tribute. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, I've never seen NoFX. They were always on my bucket list.
There's there's a fucking it's a good doc. I reckon anyone that listens to this show might be into metal should listen to it. Even if you're not, like I'm into metal, but I like fucking some docos that aren't about bands that I listen to. You know.
So what? Given this is your comedy podcast, what's been going on in the scene? I've kind of sort of stepped away. How's everything going?
Yeah, so it's been picking up. There's rooms opening everywhere.
Yeah.
Sign-up sheets are like the fucking go-to these days. Like when I first started at Smith's, I just rock up and give them my name, you know?
Yeah.
But like it's... room listings have become more of like a booked thing instead of a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Yeah, I've been getting the impression that it's much more curated by the room runner,
yeah.
And they're sort of picking...
My I don't know how every room in town works, but in my room that I run at the basement is just all first in, best dressed. And I may reorder the list based on requirements of the comedian. Some people might need to leave early. Some people might want to fucking close.
And you divvy it up where you'll only have X% of previous performers.
Yeah,
so that you're still getting fresh blood.
The formula that I run is we can have more new people, but we can only have a maximum of 50% of people that have previously performed.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it so happens that I get, I only get like 40% of the lineup is people that previously performed.
Yeah.
And 2 new people hit me up. Yeah, I'll give them a fucking spot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like it's not a hard 50. It's just no higher than 50.
Yeah.
Because I respect the format of the basement and that the venue wants to try and encourage as many people to come there as possible, obviously. And in my opinion, the way to get people to come back is to give them something different slightly different every time.
Yeah.
Well, like mostly different. And the other thing that I encourage is new material.
Yeah.
So even if it is the same comedian, it might be a different set. And I think subconsciously comedians tend to like to do that anyway. Like,
yeah.
At least comedians that are like in it for the long run tend to do that. People that are just like, if you're comfortable with your 5 and you've been doing comedy for years and you don't move outside that comfort zone, you're not testing yourself.
Yeah.
You're just doing what you know is safe and good, and eventually you'll notice that same solid 5 minutes doesn't get the laughs it used to get.
Yeah.
It's not just because the audience has fucking heard it before. It's because you're fucking sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
You're sick of saying it. Some people will just get sick of their own jokes. It's like, speaking about bands, I've heard interviews with bands and they're just like, so why did you like stop performing this hit song that everyone... Like, dude, we didn't perform it for them. We're doing it for us as well. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, bands must get so sick of...
Could you just fucking imagine how sick, like, people would get of performing, like, particular songs that, like... Dude, do you think fucking Metallica gives a fuck about Enter Sandman anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
They just fucking belt that. Like, if some cunt that's learning guitar for the first time can play that in a Year 9 music class, do you really think they give a fuck about playing it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so back to the scene though, like that's just how I run it. From what I understand, it is fairly selective these days as far as like the room, but I tend to like to let the line up organically build itself.
Yeah.
If I hand select who I want to put on the room, yeah, I might choose comedians which I noticed made the crowd laugh last time more.
Yeah.
But eventually I'll get to the point where I'm putting on what I think is a good comedy show and not what the audience might like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's I mean, I reckon the first in Best Dressed is is kind of the most equitable way to do it.
It's come back to
for the
fuck me
comedian.
sometimes. Like, you might accidentally book it so that you've got a night where there's 4 brand new comedians and the audience is like... And I'll still split them up. I'm not going to have 4 in a row.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it sometimes has... I have done that, where the audience, I feel, didn't get as good of a show as if there was more seasoned comedians there.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking beauty of an open mic.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, and you've got to expect, a couple of duds and, that sort of thing. And yeah, like you said, you pick, that you've got someone strong that you can bring in to, spice it up when you've got a couple of people. I remember when the sign-up sheets came out, I still thought it was like a first in, best dressed thing, because usually there's a thing like, we'll put the sign-up sheet up at 3 p.m. on a Saturday or whatever, and so I'd put that in my phone so that I could sign up straight away. And then,
Like a reminder to do it, yeah.
Yeah, but then realising that it doesn't matter if you sign up.
Oh, and for all you fucking cigar connoisseurs out there telling me not to use a lighter or fucking that I lit it wrong or I don't give a I've been chewing on this fucking thing for weeks now, alright? If I had any fucking self-respect, I wouldn't have done it like that. Just have to clear that up. That avoided 1 comment and got 4 backlash comments instead. It was a counterproductive move, to be honest with you.
So this looks like it started as a pretty decent sized cigar.
Yep.
In the Dominican Republic. Man, my brother was in Cuba, and because the government still sort of owns everything, there's a massive limit on what they can export.
Yep.
And he was at a place where they were rolling their own cigars and everything else. He said it was awesome. He had a cigar there. He doesn't like cigars. I smoke cigars, and I still think cigars are the most overrated thing in the world. They're just gross, but I still smoke them. But he brought a couple back, and we were gonna have them when he had his baby girl. I won't say her name, they were so special because they're only allowed to export something like 5% or something of the produce or whatever, the final product, and then of that, only like 20% they were allowed to sell to tourists at the facility. So you're getting you were getting a cigar that was 20% of 5% that was ever going to make it.
So you're getting the 1% of export.
Yeah, like you're getting this super niche cigar from direct from the source, and I don't even know where it is anymore. I think I've lost it. So I'm pretty devo about that, but I reckon it would be, I don't know, it'd probably still just be a shit cigar.
Well, the thing is, dude, it's like, so the Uncle Joey's joint, which is Joey Diaz's podcast, he just did an episode with one of his Cuban mates talking about how fucked up it is that, like, the freedoms of the Cuban people and, like, family members that he's still in contact with that talk about the situation over there and stuff. And I didn't actually. It was a really good insight into like what else is going on in the world.
Yeah, did they talk because I wondered about that, because obviously you can get Cuban cigars here and all the rest of it. So the tariffs and the export restrictions and everything, that's US centric, isn't it?
Well,
it's just that they're their neighbour and that's the predominant market they want.
Yeah, it seems like they just have beef with the US, from what I understand.
Yeah, well, I think the whole nuclear missile thing probably didn't help them.
Oh, you reckon? But yeah, so I was talking about like the organic feel of like podcasts and shit. And we're talking at the top of the show about the Stanhope podcast and how it just feels like, how I was going to describe it was, it's like you've just walked in on a fucking bender.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever just been to someone's place? They're like, oh, come round, man. Like, you were going to meet up with them for dinner or some shit. And they're like, oh, I'm actually just at home, man. How about you just come round, bring some beers and hang out?
Yeah.
And you realise the reason they did that is because they're fucking balls deep in a 3-day bender.
Yeah.
And they just didn't want to leave the fucking house.
Yeah.
So as a bartender, and that's what I was going to say before, I've had to play the catch-up game before, dude.
Yeah.
And fuck, there's nothing like trying to play catch-up on a 3-day fucking bender.
Yeah.
When you've just finished fucking pouring booze to people.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, but that's what the Stanhope podcast is, dude. It's like a podcast devoted to, like, just being organic and in the moment of, like, they'll just be midway through. Like, I heard an episode they did the other day at 5 in the fucking morning. It's just like, what the fuck?
That's
like,
fantastic.
Like, it's just one of those things where you're just like, yeah, dude, this is how they live, like, in their thing. So,
no, yeah, that's awesome.
But like, yeah, so that's their podcast, and like, where you're saying about the reference to Rogan in the back of the shed smoking cigars, like, I've got a few different locations. I've got like the studio that I've set up, just like office sort of vibe. And then you've got like here where I can just chill. And occasionally, like I did an episode with Kai in the lounge room.
Okay.
Which is like a bit more of a, it was kind of like an end of year wrap up sort of episode. And I think I might reserve that like style for that.
Yeah.
I did one with Benny Egmalee's in the lounge room at my old place.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
How's he
I've
doing well?
not I keep up with him on socials, but I haven't actually spoke to him for a while. I'd be keen to have him back out, man.
Yeah.
He's
big love to Benny. Champion of the lad.
Yeah, he's one of the fucking one of the few guys from the scene that, like, when he first came to the Canberra scene from Sydney. Just fucking massive energy, good fucking dude.
Yeah,
like, I instantly clicked with him.
Yeah.
And I didn't really feel like I needed to take long to get to know him, sort of thing. Like, we just instantly fucking went good.
Yeah.
And we did a fucking sick episode, dude. And I think a lot of, it's hard to do a podcast with someone that you haven't known for a while.
Yeah.
But I already had like this feeling that, like, of like a good back and forth with him after not knowing him for as long as some of the other guests. Like, even yourself, like, I've known you longer now than I knew like a lot of people that I've had on the show.
Yeah.
I think one of the longest standing mates I've had is like Kai and Bill and like some of the OGs. But Bill's doing his own thing now, and
He's up north, isn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, like some of the OGs like Kai and shit like that, it's always good. And Phil, like, I was surprised. I even said on the episode, I've been kicking around the scene like for a few years now, and that's the first time I've actually gone like, shit, I haven't had Phil on the show before.
Yeah.
So like I'm 46 episodes into this fucking thing, and I'm still going, oh shit, that's right, I haven't had that dude on.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, and it there is a fair bit of new blood in the scene, and like some really funny people.
Dude, I'm trying not to fucking blow my own horn here, but I feel like encouraging opening new mics and also encouraging new people to fucking come out to those mics is building the scene. We need more people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think we also need to be like more accepting of the people that are in the scene, but
yeah, let's
one man's opinion, but
let's get into that. You're talking about a podcast that you're listening to. You suggested it to me. I haven't listened to it yet, but give us a rundown.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember her name. It's an episode of the Quillette podcast. She's the comedian. I think she's still sort of trotting around the amateur comedy scene there. Must have gotten into some sort of controversy, but she wrote an article for Quillette, and it was about basically it was about how sort of cancel culture and stuff is making it less fun to be a comedian, basically. And you know, over there they have like safe space rooms where they'll give out like a list of topics that you can't touch and that sort of thing. But the difficulty is that there's a lot of ambiguity. So, you know, for example, if it's like, you know, don't make any ableist jokes or something, it's like, well, can you make a joke that, you know, makes reference to a disability or that kind of thing? And it's that classic thing. I think Gervais really sort of sums it up perfectly, is like people mistake the subject of a joke to the target of a joke.
Yeah.
Like, you're not making fun of, you know, a particular person or a particular, you know, gender or, you know, ethnicity or something, or whatever it might be, or historical event. You're just using that as the premise for, you know, a gag or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was saying that the problem is that it's kind of just bled out into the entire comedy scene, and there's kind of just a couple of select few self-appointed moral arbiters that, you know, curate what is and isn't acceptable. And if you know, God forbid, step out of line, you know, that's it.
Yeah,
you know, and then, you know, it's sort of like, she kind of makes the analogy that the comedy scene, and I've found this to a degree in Canberra, it's a bit like, you know, a high school with, you know, different cliques and there's the popular kids and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when the, you know, if you're thinking of it, she was saying, like, you know, the comedy scene, if the popular kids in the comedy scene are also the room runners, you know, has a huge impact on whether you can get spots, on whether people will go to a room that you run, or, you know, whatever it might be, that sort of thing. And then one thing I thought was really interesting is that she was saying that it was almost getting to the point there where even laughing at certain comedians was almost a political act. Like, if you laughed at the wrong comedian, you were kind of tacitly endorsing, you know, all the evils associated with that comedian kind of thing. And so the unfortunate side effect of that is that if a comedian is not part of the clique, or, you know, isn't liked, or whatever it might be, if the other comedians sort of won't laugh at that comedian, you know what it's like in a room. If there's one huge pocket of the room that's not going to laugh at anything a comedian says, it has a huge flow-on effect with the rest of the audience and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'd recommend the Quillette podcast to anyone. They usually, I haven't heard them talk about comedy before, but it's usually, you know, social issues and those sort of things. But yeah, I just listened to it yesterday and I thought it was pretty, pretty on the money.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, I'll give that one a listen. You sent it through yesterday when you're seeing it. But I'm keen to. I always like to see. I think that's why I like the podcasting platform, because it's just where people can just, like, and radio kind of had that vibe for a little bit, but it was just too censored.
Yeah,
and
or the complete opposite, and it was shock jock over the top.
Yeah. So I think it's just like a natural platform that people can talk about shit that, like, they would be talking about anyway. They're just sharing it as content with other people.
I'd tell you what would be awesome is if you had if you did an episode where you had two comedians on that had a beef or something, and, you know, you were the moderator, and you actually just set some ground rules around, you know, whatever, because it's true, like, the long form conversation is so much better in terms of actually unpacking an idea, exploring it, hearing each other out, what the different perspectives are, that kind of thing. And, you know, I think as long as that sort of stuff's done in, you know, a respectful way, I reckon that's the best way to get to a, you know, maybe you're never going to resolve, you know, some issue that people have or whatever else, but I reckon that'd be...
Give it a crack, dude. Like, I reckon that's a powerful thing, like, the conversation. People have this idea that conflict is only ever going to be that. Like, sometimes, like, solutions come from conflict.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
but there's got to be.
Well, actually, solutions have to come from conflict.
Yeah.
Like, that, you don't have if there's no like resolution required, then there's no conflict in the beginning. So, like, yeah.
I mean, the other danger is, like, the doing nothing, having no dialogue becomes the resolution itself, which is, you know, just doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't progress anything.
But I feel like conflict unaddressed becomes conflict multiplied.
Yeah.
In most cases. I think that, like, all the while you're sitting back making assumptions about how someone thinks or feels about you, your perception of that person is only ever going to be negative.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not going to, like, naturally sit back and say, like, they meant positive things by those comments.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's that's another side to it, is sort of, there is this tendency at the moment with, you know, the sort of the, I don't know, without, you know, all the sort of buzzwords at the moment, but, you know, the culture wars or whatever else, and it is more of an American phenomenon, but we're so heavily influenced by, you know, what's going on. But, you know, I've heard mostly Harris say this, but, like, people always taking the least charitable interpretation of what someone says. So as soon as they say something, they just immediately impugn.
What did you mean by that?
Yeah,
sort of thing.
And they don't sort of think, you know, well, perhaps they're talking about X, Y, or Z, or perhaps they actually would like to resolve this particular, you know, dispute or disagreement, or just flat out misunderstanding that's gotten out of control. Instead of that, they'll take the least charitable interpretation, and again, it's that the lack of dialogue and, you know, the assumption making and that sort of thing. And I'm certainly guilty of it. Like, I think everybody is. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely, like, even in my own experience, there's certain people in the scene I'd love to just sit down with and have a coffee and talk shit through. And you know,
the problem is some people fucking soak in the fact that, like, if I don't talk to this person, I'll always be right, because in my mind, I'm right about this thing.
Yeah.
And if I don't talk about it, then I've got nothing to gain from talking about it, because in my mind, I'm already fucking right about it. Yeah. So if I talk to this person, all that they can do is try and prove to me that I'm wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're just resting on that fucking idea that what I believe is I'm right. So it's like, dude, it's like when you're playing poker.
Yeah.
If I get a good hand, I'm not going to throw a card out, because I can't fucking get a better hand than what I've got.
Yeah.
So if they believe that they already have the upper hand, they're not going to throw their cards on the fucking table, because they have nothing in their mind to gain from that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and sometimes I guess people think, like, it's not worth my time or energy, and, you know, that kind of thing.
But it's also, think about this, the impact that it has on that person. Yeah, I might be trying to make everyone else in the room feel safe by limiting shit that I don't want them to say, like comedians to say. What about the reverse of that? How am I impacting that comedian personally by restricting what they can and can't say?
Yeah, or just like deplatforming and
it's just like what, like, I can understand obviously if you're going to be an obnoxious cunt and just like actually like attack people. Yeah. But also, like, you hit a point where you're trying to protect so many fucking people that you're affecting the people.
Yeah.
Like, you're still affecting other people. So basically you've shifted the negative feelings from one person to another, but because you, in your mind, don't give a fuck about that person, you care about this person, in your mind it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to fuck with this person as long as the person that I care about is okay.
Yeah.
Whereas someone else might care more about that person, and if they try and do the same thing, then you're just shifting the fucking the blame.
Yeah. I mean, I think I mean, the stuff they were talking about in Toronto, that was definitely that seemed to be occurring in the comedy scene. There was that there was such a huge push to make things so woke and, you know, so unoffensive and, you know, all that sort of thing, that huge swaths of the and the other thing is that, you know, they're open mics, so it's like anyone can just walk in and get up and tell a joke. Like, there were huge swaths of comedians that were just not getting stage time or just giving up on the whole thing and just going, look, bugger it, like I'm not going to do this because I can't tell the jokes that I think are funny.
Yeah.
That aren't necessarily offensive or attacking anyone. They're just not entirely PC.
Well, the thing is, dude, the safest fucking option to not offend anyone is to not say anything.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah.
In some cases, right?
Yeah,
It's
I agree with you if we're just talking about civil discourse or the idea of like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Yeah, but we're talking about stand-up fucking comedy.
Yeah,
like
people are there to hear you talk.
Yeah, like when I was emceeing the boardwalk, I'd make a point of saying like you give out the rules for the comedians. Like, we'll give you the bell or the light, trying to stop
stage time, formalities, that sort of shit.
Yeah, that sort of
house
stuff.
rules,
like, yeah, trying to stomp on your punchlines, but I'll give you the nudge when you need to wrap it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you tell the audience, like, you've walked into a free open mic comedy night. Like, if something offends you, you're an adult.
Mm.
Be offended. Nothing happens when you get offended. You just get offended. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's tough. It's like saying, dude. It's like saying, the safest way not to speed is to not drive a car.
Yeah.
The safest way not to fucking like have a heroin overdose is not to do heroin.
Yeah.
But we're in this world now where we're trying to say to people, drive a car, but don't fucking go fast.
Yeah.
Have this ability to do something, but don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, you're just edging yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it is this sort of like bubble wrapping of the world as opposed to people developing resilience.
Down to the fucking sticker, you cunts. I feel like the last drawer of that had some of the fucking glue from the sticker in there just to fucking put the stinger in the end there, a bit of pep in me fucking step.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's like, you don't bubble wrap the world. You have you build up resilience and that sort of thing. It's like how like a while ago they were talking about like helicopter parents, that are always monitoring their children and all this sort of thing. And now they're talking about bulldozer parents that are just getting any potential adversity out of the way and clearing the path and that kind of thing. And you simply just don't learn from that. Like. And I think I've got a 6-year-old niece, and I wonder about
just date the podcast, no worries. Well, there goes the fucking future plan of this episode.
Yeah. But I mean, I wonder what it's going to be like. When she's at university, like if
But people would have said that in the 50s about our generation.
True, but I think, I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, every generation always thinks, they've got it pegged on the old one, or whatever else, that sort of thing. But like, I think the reality is, I think generations get smarter, and like 2- and 3-year-olds instinctively know how to use iPads and stuff. It's insane. Like, I'm useless with computers. Like, by the time my niece is 14, I'll be calling her for IT advice.
Exactly.
No doubt in my mind. You know what I mean? But if we've got, like, if it's 2021 and we've got students at Yale that think words of violence and, all this other stuff, and, they're having tenured professors fired because they didn't edit Huck Finn or some shit. Like, if that's going on now, if we don't rein it in and grow up a little bit, what's it going to be like in 10, 15 years when she's at university? Like, how much are we going to? At what stage is it going to get to the point where we're protecting people so much that any level of adversity whatsoever throws them into hysterics?
But the thing is, people don't stop thinking those thoughts. You can't fucking stop someone from having a thought. All you're doing is stopping them from saying it. In fact, if someone wants to say some fucked up shit, I prefer they feel like they can say it. So that, like, maybe not on stage, but just when I'm talking to someone, I want to know what they think about something. If I ask someone for their fucking opinion, I don't want them to fucking, like, sugarcoat it. if someone's going to genuinely be a fucking asshole, I want them to make it known so I can avoid that cunt.
Yeah,
I don't want to be mates with someone for years because they didn't say how they felt and I didn't weed them out early.
Yeah.
We'll wrap up this half of the podcast.
Yeah.
Probably not half. Like, I think we're about 2/3 through with all the intro and everything. But there's something that I want to explain that someone showed me years ago when I started working in an office. Pretty interesting concept. It's about conflict. And they held up a cup. And they said, if this cup's here like this, and I say, what do you see? And you're like, I see a handle, I see half a picture. And I say to you, there's no handle. And you say to me, there is a handle. And I say, no, there's no handle. You're full of shit. There's no handle.
Yeah.
We'll always have conflict. Because you're saying what you can see, which is true. And I'm saying what I can see, which is true.
Yeah.
But until we have a conversation where I'm like, why don't we discuss what the possibility is that there's other stuff on the other side of this cup that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we turn it sideways and realise that we're both fucking right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, that's a very good, simple analogy. I like it. And that's why most of the sort of the intellectuals and stuff that I have a lot of time for, they will spend a lot of time having conversations with people they don't agree with. There's an Australian guy, I think it's Josh Sepps or something, used to work with the ABC, I think he might still do it, but he has a podcast that's called Uncomfortable Conversations, and he has like conservative politicians on there that I think are useless, but he'll have the uncomfortable conversations and talk to people he just does not agree with, and then occasionally he has people on that he's clearly in sync with, and they sort of agree the whole way through.
Yeah.
But those sorts of things are, and like even when it's done in debate and stuff, and you see like religious scholars going up against like the new atheists or whatever, like it's I'd rather it just be out in the open and show your colours and hash it out, and you'll learn something. Like that's the other thing. Like if you don't talk to someone that doesn't agree with you, you're gonna learn very little.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I think that's a good point. It's similar to that series, You Can't Ask That, where they would like on ABC. Yeah. So it's a good concept, man. I think there's definitely something in the idea of having podcasts with two people with differing fucking opinions. Yeah. But yeah.
If you want to moderate one, I'm happy to. We can chat about.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
Fucking oath. All right, we'll take a quick break, man. We'll come back with some actual planned content. So
good times.
Catch you after the break. Please flip over the tape to side B to hear the rest of this podcast. Welcome back to the podcast. For us, that was like 20 minutes. For everybody else, it was a matter of a few seconds. Now, I mentioned before the break, I teased some like actual planned content. And to be fair, like Ross and I could talk for fucking hours about random shit. But the problem is you ADHD motherfuckers look at the time of the video and you don't even click on it if it's over fucking 2 hours, do you? Because this isn't Joe Rogan as much as I want it to be. So I have to work within your fucking confines.
And your guests don't have any expertise in anything, so it's just two idiots having a conversation.
Nothing formal. It's like the difference between someone that learnt on the job and learnt from uni. Yeah. Ours is more of the, as it's been described, the working man's podcast. It was the first review I ever got.
I'd wear that as a badge of honour.
Yeah,
that's gold.
But yeah, so actually that should be the actual name instead of my name.
Yeah, you're a pretty shameless self-promoter. I was checking around because there's no pictures of you behind you.
I've got one.
Oh,
that was from my... I don't know if this is in camera view. I might actually do it. Because people are going to ask. Not to say that I'm not going to fucking watermark my logo over the top, but this frame's a little bit busted. But you can see there, this is from my 21st birthday. So I had a friend whose birthday was like a couple days prior to mine.
Okay.
So I put on this gig, and it was like our combined 21st birthday. Name was Aaron. And a lot of these bands I actually haven't seen. So these guys are still going, rock and roll. These guys have changed the name, different singers. It's all a little bit different now, but this is when I had a mohawk. So without realizing it, this is actually a picture of me, a cartoon of me in the background of this podcast.
Yeah, wow, I would never have pegged that as a cartoon of you.
Yeah, so I've talked about it on the podcast before, and I'm going to put in an image next to this in the video edition that this one was modelled off.
Yeah, okay.
And you'll see the resemblance.
Yeah, no, good times.
But yeah, so the background of this is my shitty fucking excuse of a bit of a man cave, I guess, in the back of the shed, and I'll probably do more of a run through of like my setup and shit in a later episode. But I have a few gig posters there. I'm sort of going to line the walls a little bit better and that sort of shit. But for now, it just seems to be a good little spot that I can hang out and have a chat and not sort of worry about being too formal and that sort of shit. It's good to every now and then have a bit more of an informal podcast, especially depending on the fucking subject matter. But this is probably the more formal part of the informal podcast because, like I mentioned before, teased before the break, that we have some content. Now, I think in the first episode that I had you on, you mentioned that you'd been working in an office since like a fucking shamefully young age. So over the years, you've obviously got your fair share of fucking office politics you've had to deal with, and like situations that you've like just discovered. It's such a good fucking representation of the human condition, putting a whole bunch of cunts in a fucking building together and seeing how they all interact.
Yeah, I mean from the very so I started when I was 17.
Crazy.
I've somehow managed to have a misspent youth in both ways. like going into the office in uni at 17 and yet still being a dead shit alcoholic. And I don't know how I've managed it.
Fuck, dude. Yeah.
I've fucked it up in both ways.
Your Canberra's version of that movie Split.
But yeah, I remember because I was real nervous when I went into the office, and it was in the public service. I won't say the department, but they take your money every year, so you can gauge from that. But
as opposed to throughout the entire year, like every other department.
Well, no, this is the one that always takes your money.
Yeah.
I was in there about 6 months, and me and my best mate, I met him working in that scholarship thing, and like 3 to 6 months in, we realised that the public service is like school for adults.
Yep.
It really is. Like, we were sort of, and we were trying to see how far we could push it. Like, he went an entire week without doing any work. So, like, he wouldn't send a single work-related email, and he would get out of every meeting and not do a single task.
Was he also similar age?
He was a little bit older than me, but yeah, we'd been there a couple of years when he did that, and he managed to make it 5 days without doing a single thing.
Fuck.
It's ridiculous, but
that is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, I remember because my security clearance is coming up for renewal. I'm not sure how that'll go. But
hey, shout out to the security clearance firm that'll be reviewing this episode. G'day, guys. How you going? Welcome back.
Yeah. But yeah, so have you ever been through the security clearance process, or had to be a representative for anyone?
I'm aware of the security clearance process.
Okay. Well, so I got what used to be protected, so they go back into your life for like 5 years or whatever, and you have to have friends that have known you for that period and whatever else.
That would have been hard at 17.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah. Well, I didn't get it till I was about 20 or something, I think. I don't know. Can't remember. But
but even, like, going back to, like...
Yeah.
Like, I think that it's hard to be like, hey, well, like... Because I know that, from what I understand, some of those go back further than that. Like, if you're fairly young and you're going for a clearance that's going back 15 years...
Yeah, if you're 21...
It's just like, yeah, what was I doing when I was 6 years fucking old? Yeah. Hey, Dad, what was that house that I used to live in, we used to live in? Yeah.
If you were 6 years old and getting up to that kind of mischief, you were probably Catholic. So, sorry, just call back to my old jokes, but...
You can't find them on YouTube because they've been removed, so you just have to take our fucking word for it. Thank you, schools, for covering your ass yet again. Yeah. Unlike the asses of the fucking children.
But yeah, no, so I had to have a couple of friends be reps, and you kind of curate, like you talk and go, because you can't be too squeaky clean. Like you got to say, like, yeah, I've smoked weed, I've done this, I've done that, whatever. Like, if you come off too squeaky, it's sort of like something's not,
It's like a rego check. Like, if there's no oil on the motor, they're just like, this guy's obviously cleaned the bay before he brought it over.
Yeah.
Dusted it for prints and shit.
Yeah, but you usually, like, you'll talk to your mate and be like, look, mention X, don't mention Y, whatever, and you kind of come up with a curated version of your past. But I had to be...
The best of hits reel.
Yeah.
The best of album.
But I had to be a reference for a friend of mine, Rebecca, and I wrote her actual reference, not saying anything bad about her, and just like doing this has happened or that's happened, but nothing major. And like they talk about like drugs, drinking, financial problems. What they're looking for is anything that someone can hold over you that they can use to blackmail you if you're getting access to confidential information and stuff. That's really what they care about. But they get into your sex life and stuff too. So what I did was I wrote the real one that was telling them that she was an upstanding citizen, and she is. Was. I don't know anymore. But then I made one and I doctored it, the email, and forwarded it to her, so it looked like I'd already sent this attachment to that security vetting group. So she thought I'd just sent it to him without sending her the draft, and this was it. And so what I did was answer all the questions really professionally, but throwing her under the bus on every
like this
question.
Underlying fucking thing.
Yeah, but I wrote it like I was trying my hardest to not.
Which is even worse.
Yeah, so it was things like has Rebecca ever had any issues with alcohol and stuff like that? And I'd write things like due to the historical alcoholism throughout Rebecca's life, Rebecca has been very cautious about how much she drinks, and whilst she does frequently black out, she usually doesn't commit felonies in this circumstance. And like it was just the worst possible thing you could say.
Yes.
Like, things like about like her sex life, and I was like, whilst Rebecca is extremely promiscuous and has filmed certain activities, she hasn't done anything that she herself would consider embarrassing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then eventually it gets to the personality questions, and she's reading through this like fuming. And it gets to the personality, and eventually. Surely
you'd know you're taking the piss.
Well, so I wanted to see how long I could string her for, and it got to the personality, and it was different traits or whatever, and I was like, unfortunately Rebecca is so gullible, she would think I'd actually write you this shit. And the rest of it wasn't filled out, and so she called me and she was fuming, but it was worthwhile. So.
Fuck yeah, dude. Wait, she calmed down after that, right? Or just was still pissed off that you got her?
Oh yeah, no, she was laughing but angrily.
Yeah, I get it.
Like she realised she'd been had, but she had just spent...
She had some respect to your hustle.
Yeah, like she'd just spent 30 minutes of me theoretically telling a government department that she was a drunk whore. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Man. Oh man, that's fucking great. So, like, I haven't really had any, like, specific instances. I had one... I don't know if I've spoken about this on the podcast, but I used to sometimes do late night, like... maintenance on IT systems and like that. And I remember once, before I'd head into my late night shift, I swung by a pizza joint, and pay me and I'll say the name, and I went and got I got 3 pizzas from them, and took them into the office, and I slowly, over the course of the time I was in the office, ate like 1.5 of those pizzas over the 8-hour shift that I was in there.
Yeah.
I go home and leave one of the pizzas, take half one home with me. I'm a degenerate fat fuck, dude. Like, inside, I plan things like this, right? So, but I leave one pizza there, because I'm like, when I'm back in the office the next day or whatever, I'll eat that one.
Yeah.
So I take the half home with me, and I end up going in the next, although I was there until whatever it was, 4 o'clock in the morning, I still went home and came back at lunchtime the next day.
Yeah.
I come in and I was just like, all right, I'm going to go have that pizza for lunch, right?
Yeah.
I go in and there's one slice left.
That's such a slap in the face.
And I'm like, you fucking cunt. I knew, and I even wrote on the thing, which is probably why it happened.
Yeah.
Mark's Pizza, do not touch.
Yeah. Yeah. But leaving one, I kind of respect whoever did that, because it's not like it was just gone, because then they could have gone, the cleaners probably threw it out.
No,
they wanted you to find that.
No, the best part about it, and it wasn't even weeks later, it was the next fucking day.
Yeah.
So I go in, I see the fucking thing, and I'm like, alright, okay, I'm going to obviously eat that last slice, fuck it. And to be fair, that wasn't a proper prank, a good stitch-up, because they would have fucked with that one last slice, knowing that I'm too much of a degenerate to not eat the one slice.
Yeah, yeah.
A normal person would go fuck that person, fuck the last slice, it probably has something wrong with it, I'm not going to eat it. But I still ate it, nothing happened, I'm good. But the thing that fucked me is, I just constantly was thinking about, why would you leave the one? Was it to fuck with me? Did you not mean to eat more than 2 slices, but like myself, you're a fat fuck, and you just couldn't stop, and then you got into the last one, and you're like, oh fuck, I need to leave something behind, so I'll leave the bare minimal.
I hope that's what happened. No, I hope that someone was fucking with you. It could have just been a bunch of random people having slices.
One at a time, and no one wants to take the last one, the last cigarette or whatever.
I worked with a dude who got the shits with people using his milk.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think he got lactose-free milk or some shit. I don't know. No, there was nothing special. He just didn't like people using his milk. And it's like, dude, get over it.
Yeah.
But it really gave him the shit. And so what he did, he started using a different fridge, and then he got his milk, tipped out half of it, and then he just poured a shitload of laxatives into it. And then it was Monday, he brought this milk in all ready to go, and by Wednesday there were 5 people in his immediate area that were out sick for the rest of the week.
Fuck yeah, dude. So I've heard stories of people getting a permanent marker and putting a line on the milk for when they finish using it, but I've sprung people doing that. The solution to that, pour a bit in your coffee, walk over to the sink, top it up with water, chuck it back in the fucking fridge, dude. Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a fucking way.
Alcohol and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's a will, there's a fucking way. And there's always gonna. But do you know what I did though? Just like the psycho that I am, I pinpointed down to the last 3 people who stole the fucking pizza, right? Shift times, where they were sitting, access to that kitchen, various dietary requirements, meaning that they wouldn't have been able to eat the cheese, things, and I got it down to 2 people. And here's the fucking kicker of it. So, one of them was my less... If I had to choose one, it was not going to be one of them. If I had to make a call, it was going to be this other one that sat fairly close to me. Now, the thing was, this person that sat close to me ended up about 6 months later leaving the company. And on the last day, you know how they fucking hand the card around and collect money and all that shit?
Yeah.
They give that to him, and he comes up and he does the walk around like, hey, I'll see you later, shakes hands, all that shit. And he's got the card and he's got the fucking the bag with yeah. And he comes up to me and he's just like, hey man, pleasure working with you. I'm like, yeah, cool man. 6 months ago, pizza in the fridge, you ate it, didn't you? He goes, I thought you'd never know.
Why did he leave one slice? Did you ask him?
I'm like, did you leave the one to fuck with me? And he was just like, I was going to leave some, and I ate so much that I realised that I had only had one. There was only one piece left, right? Like, just what I thought. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, did you ever think that you could just repay me for it? So he opens the envelope and hands me a tenner.
So you feel like you won, but if it was me, I would have just spoken to someone at HR, got his address, and sent him pizzas every night for like a month. Done that.
So it took fucking 6 months, but... And to be fair, dude, I was still the asshole.
One of the weird... Like, this was just... It was fucking hilarious, but it was also just... It was funny because it was so strange and unnecessary. I was running a workshop, and there were like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of us in the Canberra office, and then about 4 people in different states on the phone.
Yep.
Right? I mean, no Zoom or anything. It was just teleconference, right? And I'm standing up there at the whiteboard going through some scenario, and I say something innocuous, like I'm trying to come up with an example. I'm like, all right, so, let's say that, like, John Smith wants to do such and such. And that's as far as I get. And this voice from the intercom pipes up, right, and goes, so I don't understand what was going through this guy's head. But I'm like, yeah, all right, John Smith's going to do X, Y, Z. And he interrupts me and goes, Ross, if I could just stop you there, I'd just like to point out that there are now more Changs in the Australian phone book than Smiths. And then there was just dead silence in the room.
What the fuck?
What is this dude thinking?
Oh.
And so luckily...
White guy, obviously.
Yeah, luckily one of the BAs that worked for me was sitting next to the phone and knew how I was going to react and hit the mute button so that no one on the teleconference could hear us. And I was just so stunned. It was just like, some more changes in the phone book, blah, blah, blah. So Jake immediately hits the mute, and I was just like, what the fuck was that? And everyone in Canberra just cracked up laughing.
Jesus
and
Christ.
And there was like, people, because they couldn't hear us on the phone, were like, are you still there? Are you still there? And then once everyone had calmed down, I was like, unmuted and was like, yeah, look, thanks for that. We'll probably park that issue for now and we'll move back on.
Fuck, dude. How funny is office talk?
What is he thinking?
I'm thinking of like a thing about like meetings, like office meetings. And how often you just go into a fucking meeting and it's just like, okay, you've invited 46 fucking people to this meeting.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hi, where's Jeff? Oh, sorry, Jeff's on leave. Oh, where's Mandy? Oh, she's on paternity leave. Fucking, like, and then this is like, oh, we've booked this meeting for 2:30. The invite went out fucking 6 weeks ago. Where's Joe? Oh, he's on lunch. It's just like, fuck off, cunt. Like, you had fucking 2 weeks, so you couldn't have fucking lunch a little bit earlier or a bit fucking later, you fuck. Like, your fucking sushis can wait a little bit, you dick.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just there's always, if you're on leave, you win the meeting already, because people respect someone that's on leave. They're like, oh, so cool. Like, and there's always some dickhead that makes a joke about like someone that's on the phone. Like if it's just like, oh, I got Sandy dialing in. She's working from home because it's Friday and she can't manage herself without taking a fucking day from home, or because she decided to fucking have kids and now it's my fucking problem.
Yeah.
Says me that probably might one day have kids and make it everyone else's fucking issue.
Well, I remember like when I was younger in the public service, like a lady that worked for me, like it was just known like in the APS, because the maternity leave benefits are, you know, really good. There's like a time frame that people would draw out, and like power to them. Like I'd take advantage of that if I was in that situation and planning family and everything else. But like they'll have one kid and then do a gradual return to work program, and then as soon as you're over, I think 3 days a week, you're technically back to you're past a certain threshold of part-time, full-time type thing. So they do that for like 1 week. But incidentally, it just happens to be the 1 week when they're 7.5 months pregnant and are about to go back on mat leave. And that's how they knock out the 2 kids that they only want to have 2 kids. They get that done in that go. But yeah, my approach was always when I was younger, like as soon as, you know, if I get a dog, I'm bringing it into the office. As soon as I'm confident it's not going to shit everywhere, I'm bringing it in. And I'm going to interrupt everybody's work day and make sure no one does anything for at least 2 hours. Because I'd seen at least 50 people bring in their kids and everyone stop working and go over and go, oh, look.
Oh, look, it fucking dribbled on itself.
Yeah, and it's like by the time you've seen 3 babies, you're like, yeah, it looks like a baby. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, to be honest.
Yeah. So, you fucking selfish cunt. You reckon that I give a fuck about something that looks kind of like you?
Yeah.
Like, oi, but also...
But it'd be... You'd be paying them out if you said it does look like them, because they look like a lizard for the first 3 months.
Well, it looks more like your fucking husband that's 15 years older than you. But... and the reason that he rushed it... He ain't got fucking much time left. But but the thing is, dude, I know I'll be that cunt if I had kids as well, because I've got such an ego as it is. Imagine me with something that I created, dude.
Yeah.
As if I'm not going to shove that in fucking everyone's like face. But at the same time, it's just like, it seems like there's back to the meeting. There's always a cunt that doesn't have their shit on mute, and they're like be a kid just screaming in the background, and they just completely fucking ignore it. And the meeting creator is always like, "Oh, just a bit of noise on there, just making sure everyone's on mute." It's obviously something like with newer meeting platforms, it flashes to show you who the fuck didn't mute their line, and there's just this like idea where, but back to the like, oh, there has to be like some joke about the person that's at home, like, oh, haha, oh, Trish, you're not going to get some of the fucking jam donuts I bought in for the people in the meeting. Like, I have to, and then they're always, oh, you have to save me one. Yeah, sure, cunt. I'll fucking put in the work fridge and hope that someone doesn't eat it on you.
I just can't handle the repetitious comments that have to be made. Like, I don't think
You're heating up lunch. Oh, that smells good.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking explain what this is.
Yeah. And like the other, because like I've done that bit on stage with like having 2 voices in the office, where there's like, you know,
one what you say and one what you wish you could say.
Yeah.
Or one what you say internally.
Yeah, like my inner monologue that's like, I don't give a shit, fuck off. And then the speaking me that's like a rational human. But yeah, like I don't think I've ever started a new job and not had someone say this, or been in a team that's hired someone and not had this happen. First day, you do all the intros and all the bullshit, and you forget everyone's name 10 seconds after and all the rest of it, whatever. But I've never seen it not happen on the second day where someone will go, well, we mustn't have scared you too much. You came back, and it's just, oh, for fuck's sake, like, yeah, it's, and I don't know, I just, it's so fucking obvious and annoying, and like the Monday thing, like,
even better, like the oh, you're still here, like that after,
yeah.
Oh, dude, my prime one is the like, oh, have a good weekend, Jeff. Oh yeah, not long enough though.
Yep.
Like. Fuck off.
Yeah, and that's the one I use in the bit.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the thing I say where I'm like, okay, I'm going to kill this guy.
Yeah. Dude, it's just like that one, and then there's the and then it's funny when it's a long weekend and they say the same thing, because like, oh, you've revamped an old joke.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. Like, people that... I think Kai spoke about this on the podcast. When people know that you're a comedian,
yeah,
especially it's like all of a sudden their office humor, it doesn't cut it for you anymore. It's and they are used to being the funny one, and then they'll try and crack fucking jokes with you.
Yeah,
like, because in their mind they're the funny guy at the office. It's like, fuck's sake, cunt. But yeah, so talking about offices, and that brings me up to this, man. So. There's a website. It's called 27B/6, and it's like SLASH. Like, it's not a slash, obviously.
Okay.
It's just well, it's not obvious, but I'm making it obvious that it's the URL is just the word /.com, and basically it's just random extracts from shit, like email chains. Not just in offices, but just in general, neighbours disputing via email and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
when I was a kid,
Yeah.
we found out our neighbours were, because we had a pool, and so we'd always make a fair bit of noise and all the rest of it. They passed a petition around to all our other neighbours, not knowing we were friends with them, to have our dogs surgically debarked.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we found out, and then what we did was get this is going back a fair bit, but we ended up getting like our family like sound system thing, and getting the speakers and just putting them up to their fence and playing like really obnoxious classical music and just putting it on full ball and going out for the day. Like, fuck man, like.
I thought you were going to put in like aggressive dog barking.
No, we didn't have that sort of stuff.
So this is just a reflection of your age. All we had was classical music. Yeah. So, unlike my generation, where the dog was called Beethoven, not the music like that you were playing.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I'm old enough to have seen that movie.
Damn, I was trying to fucking like. See, whenever I say something that doesn't land, I rewrite it quickly in my head. I was going to say both composers were Beethoven. Only difference was yours was the classical and mine was the dog. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, well, magic of editing.
The joke didn't get better with age, so it's all good.
Just like you. Fuck.
You've rewritten that in your head.
Yeah, already. No, it's no, dude. I honestly think that some people get better with age, though. I think that like not like young to old. I mean, from adult to like later in adulthood. I feel like I reckon that 25-year-old me versus 28-year-old me. Yeah, I got a few more aches and pains and shit, but I'm fucking way more in sync with myself, what I like and all that shit.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know. I mean, there's a defeatist way of looking at it, where it's like you just sort of give up and accept, your flaws or whatever else. You can look at it in a sort of a negative light, but I think it does kind of. I don't know. I'm very loath to use the word maturity, especially for referring to myself, but I think you do. Yeah, I mean, you certainly get to a point where you're like, yeah, you know who you are.
Give up.
You know who you're not.
You don't give up. You just know what you like and what you don't like. It's like I've got this bit about like rejection when you ask girls out or whatever. It's don't like I'm not mad at them. They just know what they like, and it's not me.
Yeah.
Like I'd prefer that than to be trying to be nice and then they ghost me when they.
Yeah. Or like,
you know what I mean?
3 drinks in and 45 minutes later they drop the boyfriend line.
Yeah. It's just like, just fucking be straight up about shit. I honestly think that, personally, I've developed to a point where I'm, like, happy within myself as much as I self-deprecate and shit. But what's definitely to gain out of the later years of your 20s and 30s, and, like, I can imagine in 30s, is, like, what you like in a relationship. Like, when I was younger, it's just like, I'm just... Like, I don't know what I'm into. It's like people that marry their fucking high school sweetheart. Like, dude, do you really think that, like, you made the right decision when you're 15 for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I know.
Like, sometimes, yeah, fair enough. Maybe it works.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, dude, imagine making a decision that was going to affect the rest of your life when you were 15. Yeah. There's a reason you can't get tattoos until you're old enough to consent or someone to do it on your behalf.
Yeah. Dude,
there's a reason
if I could have got tattoos when I was 15, and like I've got shockingly bad tattoos now. If I could have got them when I was 15, I would be coated in the worst fucking tattoos.
Yeah, you look like you should be, dude. People with like, you know those guys that like make up a story about himself to try and like convince people that they like, you know, were in a movie or some shit, dude.
How do you mean?
Like, people that are just like, you know, like, they look like a celebrity, so they might convince people that they are. Like, if they're really close to someone, and, like, some drunk person reckons that they are, or, like, oh, yeah, he's my brother or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, just fucking douchey shit like that. It's like, people just look at your fucking tattoos and skating injuries and thought you're in Jackass.
Actually, I got... Have you ever just had a drive-by payout called out to you? Like, no one's ever just like...
I've never had that, but I've been in a car with someone that thought it was a good idea to do to someone while I was driving. Like, I was like a getaway driver for a bad insult.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, no one ever plans what they're going to fucking say before they say it, or the time that they have to say it. So they think they're really smart by, like, saying something, yelling. Oh, I've had not payouts, I've had drive-by compliments. I regularly will walk down the street and someone will be like, "Nice fucking beard, cunt!" Like, as they're driving past. Like...
Yeah, I was thinking with your beard, you've got to have had someone.
I've not had, like, I've had people try to take the piss in person as they're, like, walking past. Yeah. Like, I've had one dude just goes, "Oi, Billy Gibbons," like that, as I'm like, what? And I was just like, it didn't click that that's the fucking front man for ZZ Top.
Okay, yeah.
And it didn't click at first. I was like, "Nah, man, my name's not." Oh, right, you think you're calling me ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Like, most people just go ZZ Top, and, like, I get it. But this guy went the next level and actually named not the whole band, but the specific member of that band that he was referencing.
Yeah, I credit to him.
Oh, dude, I'm like, fuck yeah, like, good on you. I'm a massive Billy Gibbons fan. Like, I watched a ZZ Top documentary, actually, on Netflix. It was really... And recently, Dusty Hill, who was the bass guitarist in that band, passed away last week. It was just... It's one of those things where it's like... like, people are going. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's that moment of realization that there is a fucking thing called mortality, and eventually it fucking gets everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them hit pretty hard. Like, I remember when Cornell went, that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Especially because it's
different circumstances. Yeah.
But yeah, just the other day, I was with a girl I was seeing, and was having a cigarette waiting. She was getting something in the shops, and it was just like, cartload of young guys, P-plates. I got to give them credit. They just drove past, and one of them just called out, "Fuck you, McGregor," and kept going. And I was like, I didn't have time to react. I was just like, huh? Oh, yeah, okay, alright, fine.
That's so fucking good, dude. Imagine someone that just generates so much hate, even looking like him.
I know.
In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but it's like, if you think I look like one of the best UFC fighters in the world or whatever,
That's not
why are you paying me out?
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason you're in a car and hightailing it away.
It's because they knew you weren't.
Exactly, yeah.
How fucking fun is that, dude? I could just picture you going up on stage with the Irish flag over your shoulder, like just to fucking like do the McGregor entrance. But yeah, so this particular extract from this website is a series of HR complaints that had been lodged against a particular person in the office.
Yeah, okay.
So I've got this from this website, and as I mentioned before, it's 27B/6. And this segment, this like part is it's just called 10 formal complaints. Now I'm not going to go through all 10. One, because I'm terrible at fucking reading out loud, and two, because I feel like my reading is going to cause a formal complaint at some point towards the podcast. Like someone will put in a formal complaint not about this, but about my fucking ability to read out loud. But I read through this previously and basically chose a couple, which I'm like, that's fucking awesome. But it's all with this one particular staff member and another one. So it's a with, like, standing, ongoing beef.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. I had 2 boxes of business cards in my desk drawer, and someone in the last month, and then he names the person, replaced them with cards that had my title changed from graphic designer to horse whisperer. I don't know when he changed them, so I don't know how many I've given out to people. This is a waste of company time and unprofessional.
But that's clearly bullshit, right? Like, the dude didn't actually do that, or he did do it?
Did that.
Okay, so the complaints are real.
So these are real.
So some guy just
the person writing these complaints is real. I'm just going to use first names. I'm going to use first names to like try and humanize the interaction. So the person writing this complaint's name is Simon, and the person that he's referring to is a colleague called David.
Okay.
So when he mentions it, someone in the last month, David, replaced them. Like he's calling this person out. Which leads me to believe there was a little bit of fucking investigation work that went into before the... Okay. Second complaint. While I was at the last... While I was at lunch...
Do you need me to like walk you through your ABCs?
No, I got it. It's because I pre-read the next line and then mixed them. Like, I just some creepy shit that I do. I think it's called dyslexia. But anyway, while I was at lunch, a package came for me because I'd ordered a shirt online last week. It was on my desk. When I opened it, there was a pair of socks in it. And I could tell the package had been opened and tampered and taped back up. When I went into David's office, he was wearing the shirt. He did not have my permission to open the package or touch my mail or my personal property.
Was he also barefooted? And like...
I wish that they went to that detail. When I read that, I was like, I wanted to know more about the socks. Yeah. Okay. The next one, he just straight up names the person. The first word is the person's name. David keeps answering my phone by saying, "Hello, this is Simon." I have asked him multiple times to stop, but he still keeps doing it. Scott from one of our clients has asked for a PDF, and David said he'd send that right away because he won't have time to send that right away because it's time for his nap. This is unprofessional, and it changes the perception of us in the client's eyes. So he's basically answered the phone, said it was this other guy, and been like, "Yeah, sure, I can't send that. Yeah. I've got to have a nap. I can't send that to you right now." Okay, this is great. This is in my top couple of the 10. I put a Tupperware container in the fridge that had a sandwich and a Kit Kat in it. When I opened it at lunchtime, there was nothing but a pickle instead. This is stealing. I know it was David because he said you should go to lunch early because you deserve a break today, which is what they say in the Kit Kat advert. He did not have permission to take my property.
Oh, fucking hell. This is fantastic.
While I was at lunch, David went to my computer and went over the network without my permission to Photoshop Justin Bieber's face on top of all of my photos in my personal file. He did not have my permission to do this, and his is a waste of company time and damage to my personal property. So these complaints were made in 2011, so I'm assuming it was like a little bit more like local storage on people's computers. They must have had like personal files and folders and photos and shit on there. Okay. This is great. So this is also in one of my top couple of the complaints. I feel like I'm going to go through all of them because they're just getting like juicy.
Yeah.
So this is all the same dude, and these complaints are made like a few days apart. So like he's just fucking consistent.
Just relentless, yeah.
While I was downstairs in a meeting, David painted my iPhone white with liquid paper. This is damaging my personal property. And this is underlined the third time he's damaged my personal property on purpose. I knew it was him because before I went to the meeting, I said I wanted the new white iPhone. There was liquid paper in the jack that the headphones go into, making it unusable.
This guy's a genius.
While I was at work, while I was away yesterday, David moved my desk into the kitchen and moved the water cooler and bookshelf in and plant where my desk was. Then changed the photo of my wife in the frame to a photo of the fridge. It took me 2 hours to move it all back by myself because he said he was too busy researching wasps to help me. Oh man. Alright.
Because this is what they say in the Kit Kat commercials.
So fucking good.
Fucking hell.
Okay, and this is okay, and this will be my closer. It's not. I haven't read all of them, but like this is my top picks, and this is my closer. So I got an email from Louise saying to pay $75 for swimming lessons because it was company safety regulations. When I gave her the money, she didn't know anything about it. I know it was David because when I asked him if he'd done the lessons as well, he said no because he showed them a copy of his high school swimming certificate. And then I discovered that this email was sent from Louise's.
So the David guy sent it from Louise.
Yeah, this is a waste of company time. Blah blah blah. Basically, that one it trails off at the end.
Yeah.
Just like my ability to read.
Yeah.
But it's obvious at this point that he's just sent an email on behalf of somebody else requesting $75 and then denied it when they fucking paid it. Always finish on a strong note there.
I worked with a guy and he took his pranks to the next level. Like he was ridiculously good with it. He hunts. So he has like multiple rifles and shotguns and stuff, and he was telling me about it. It's really impressive how strong Australia's gun control policies are in terms of registration and everything. It's really good. But yeah, he he was hunting with some mates and they were stopped by a ranger or whatever else. And Monday he got in and no one else in the office would do it, but I agreed to do it. He'd written out a script for me to call his mate saying I was from the Department of Actuaries and Fisheries or some shit and cite the guy's license plate number and give all this information that only that department could know, but obviously he knew it because he was his mate.
Yeah.
And so I had and basically the whole script was designed to get the guy I was calling to throw my manager under the bus.
Yeah.
Like I kept trying to egg him to be like, look, if you can tell us that this was bleep bleep, you know, we'll believe you. And he was like, well, I'm not going to dog a mate, like, you know, but, and this sort of, it just went on, and then eventually he cracked and he threw up his mate, but it was so good.
Oh, fuck, dude.
I let it slip at that job that I'm arachnophobic, and my birthday came around. Never want my birthday known wherever I work, because they're going to have a morning tea or some shit, and, you know, I don't, but, he's out all morning. Like, he was there at 9 and then he just disappears. And then we had our, like, the consultancy company's lunch or whatever, and they knew it was my birthday, so whatever. But he was gone for like 3 hours that morning. And I unwrapped my present, and it was like, it was the size of a dinner plate. It was a tarantula that was like behind glass on like a white thing framed. And he'd spent all morning driving out to somewhere to buy this thing so that he could give it to me.
Fuck yeah.
So he filmed me unwrapping it and like throwing it across the room and freaking out. And
Actually?
Yeah, and like put it on our company Yammer account. And then whenever I was at work, I knew that massive tarantula thing was somewhere in the office. So he'd only do it every now and then. But I'd just lift up a piece of paper and it would be under it. And I'd like hit the roof, like, you know. But the best one he did was I was in our like back office having a meeting, and he'd messaged my PM and said, when you come out the door, make sure Ross walks out first. And I don't know how long it took him, but he used see-through sticky tape, and he had the spider hung mid-air at head height. So I'm having the meeting, whatever else, walk out the door and look, and basically this spider is just
in
3 inches from my face. And I was like dry heaving. I almost king hit him. And like it was at that point that I had to be like, all right, dude, enough. Like we have to stop.
Dude, that was the fucking, that was the final one anyway. He probably would have not planned to do it again after that, I feel.
Yeah,
That was his fucking like closing bit.
yeah, that was his swan song. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he was heaps good with that sort of thing. We had a guy that came and did like real techie support for us, and shit you not, his name was Steve Irwin. And so, you know, crocodile jokes all the time, yeah, that kind of thing. And because when he said, like, yeah, we're interviewing this new guy, his name's Steve Irwin, I was like, how long into the interview did you mention a crocodile? And he was like, oh, he brought it up before we sat down. Like, yeah, straight away.
Leaned into it, yeah.
Like, he just...
He knew it was a thing. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going to have to address this.
But he, because everyone locks their computer now,
Yeah.
you know, whenever you go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
or whatever.
anything, yeah.
Yeah, but so Steve doesn't lock his computer and goes to the toilet, and my boss bolts up from his desk, runs over to his computer, fucks around for a little while, locks it, and then runs back, sits down, acts like nothing's going on. And he's watching for Steve the whole time. Steve unlocks his computer, and now his entire backdrop, all the icons are removed, is just a stingray.
Dude, I'd probably think of something subtle. So what I'd do is, because you don't check your signature before you send an email, right? Like you just you just set it to
you've got an
auto thing. I would just make it be like, you know, like crikey, Steve Irwin,
yeah, just see
and
how
just see
long.
how many emails he sent.
The Rebecca that I had to write that security thing for, I teed up this thing. 'Cause you need to set an auto reply.
Yeah.
I set it up on the weekend, and I said, "Oh, I need you to email me because I'm having these system issues or whatever else." But it was for a couple of days away, and I had this like 5-minute window, and I was just praying that no one else emailed me, like especially no higher up, you know, in the department emailed me, because I set my auto reply signature to say, like real somber and everything, you know. Unfortunately, Mr. Kavanagh passed away over the weekend. You know, if you need to contact family, and then listed my brother's name and actual mobile number and everything else, just so that she'd be the only person, hopefully, in that window to email me and call my brother, and my brother was in on it, and so yeah, she wasn't happy about that one, but
That's fucking gold, dude.
it's pretty brutal to do to a mate though.
Holy fuck, dude. That's some next level shit. But yeah, anyway. And it was end on a high note. Fucking phase out on that last example. But there's like fucking 8 in there for cunts to laugh at. So hope you like that. And I also appreciate being able to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man. It's good to catch up and yeah,
Shoot the
come
shit.
back and have a laugh.
Yeah, man.
Loving the new studio and
Yeah.
the casting couch that you're sitting on.
Yeah. Man. It's you may as well fucking give it the vibe that it deserves. But yeah, man. Alright, well, thanks for being on the fucking show. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. If you're listening to the audio version of this show, make sure you check out the video version on YouTube under Marky Worthington Comedy. And you can find me under the same name on Instagram and Facebook if you're not already liked those pages. I also do game streaming on my Twitch at Marky Worthington Gaming. I said this on the previous episode with my brother. I'm like Jim's mowing. I'm like Jim's tag and test. Jim's fucking comedy. Like there's like Marky Worthington Comedy, Marky Worthington Gaming. Like what else am I gonna fucking do? Yeah. But
And you can find me nowhere else but here, pretty much.
yeah, this is Ross's platform, my podcast. You can find Ross on Marky Worthington Comedy.
Good
But
times.
yeah, man. All right, well, cheers for listening, and I'll fucking catch you next. Don't buy me a drink. Just name names. Yeah, right. Big Tony, you'll get fucking thrown out.
A strip club with your floppy disk.
all day. Make people feel shame for shit all day.
Don't blow
Turn
it.
it into a hard drive.
Yeah, right. You'll get fucking- We're here to
Keep it simple. Count your money.
That they're not proud of.
just give me $10.